Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. McCarthy going to put it up right away. Complete. Jefferson the target. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You look at this Carolina defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To the air with McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now McCarthy. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Oh, the Panthers come hard and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Off the bootleg, here's McCarthy. Pressure comes in, he's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Micah Parsons, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. McCarthy off the play fake. And he will slide down with a good gain. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. McCarthy is set to throw it. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here's Daniel Whelan now. Oh, the Panthers come hard and they block it. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And that pressure there came from his left side. Maybe could have sped up the release, but he couldn't get it off in time.
And truthfully, the speed should be consistent each and every time. It should be quick mechanics. The best punters are the ones who can catch it, one step, and get rid of the football. Those are the ones you want. Anything more than one step in the NFL, you're flirting with disaster.
So now here are the Panthers with excellent field position to start off. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Here's Brooks. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Brooks, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take the block punt and convert it into 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now McCarthy throwing on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You look at this Carolina defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, McCarthy. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Max Crosby able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Off the play fake, Young. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. Sanders will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Sam Laporta, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take a 3-touchdown lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over. Young, he's going to change it up. Now a play fake here on first down. Open man down the field. That's Ligon. Down the left sideline. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Brooks is in. Touchdown, Carolina. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Minnesota now. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 53 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now an audible here into something else. It's Young off play action. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Young going to give to Brooks. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Once again, it's Brooks. And room there to work it inside the 25. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Young now. Got his man. It's Williams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They go play action. Young. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Young off the play fake. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Young here, you can see, changing the play. Young now. Off play action. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and...
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. Jalen Waddle, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. A final shot before break. McCarthy to the right side and intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the... Second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And just shutting him off there. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. They'll start on the ground with Brooks, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
91 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Now Young going to move him around. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Panthers are set up now with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Young back near the goal line. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, they go with Brooks. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still... Some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
A first down throw for Young. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very solid gain of 27. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Now a first down throw for Young. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Young to throw it. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Touchdown, Panthers. Jamison Williams. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Young, he's going to change it up. They go play action here on first down. They've got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On play action, Young. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take possession. They've got it at the 42-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, That allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And the slot man goes in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now Young. Well, this is caught by Williams. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Again, it's Young. That one complete to Leggett. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Young. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference, see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but did. Young off the bootleg. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Young. That's into the hands of Worthy. Touchdown! Xavier Worthy, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll play fake. Now Young. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Young's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's another first down on what will be a gain. .21 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and 5. Now they'll change things up. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. It's the former number 4 overall pick. Furl that got in there to bring him down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
3rd down and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory. So for the Panthers, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.